Hello again everyone, and Happy New Year to you. This is Vortex 259 and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dragon Warrior 3 for the Game Boy Color. I hope each and every one of you had a happy holiday. Well, the last time we met we went through the Pachisi track here, and I demonstrated the actual track layout itself. Since the last time we met, I've actually gone back over this track a few times and picked up some new and useful items within some of the pots and treasure chests available on the track, and as you can see, I've finally made it to the goal. So let's go up here to the goal and see what happens. So we'll just step on the goal line here. Looks like we get some fireworks, which is very appropriate for the new year. So after the fireworks have finished, we can step forward and see an old man standing next to two treasure chests. So let's talk to this man here and see what he has to say. He says, "You did it. This is the goal. Take your prizes and drop down that hole to get out. Congratulations. But don't go down the hole without getting the prizes first, otherwise you'll have to start all over." Well, yeah, that'd be pretty dumb to jump down the hole after making it all this way. Well, let's go ahead and take a look inside these two treasure chests and see what we're going to get. In the first chest, we're going to get a steel sword. Alright, that should be pretty good for our warrior Glenn. And in the second chest, we're going to get 500 gold coins. Alright, so that's our prize for clearing the first Pachisi track. So I guess since we've got our two chests, we can drop down the hole now. Kind of funny because it was just Hero that dropped down the hole, but I guess Glenn, Pete, and Matt decided to run up the board and join us. But anyway, we've cleared the Pachisi track, and since the last time we met, I wanted to let you know that I picked up some new and useful items. You can see I picked up a wooden boomerang, and that's going to be good. The good thing about the wooden boomerang versus the spiny whip can only attack one group of enemies, but the wooden boomerang can attack all enemies, so that'll be useful to have. So let's go ahead and equip that onto Hero there. Take his attack up to 55. And let's see, I guess I can go ahead and pass that spiny whip down to Matt. He can use that, and that will take his attack from 22 up to 26. So that's better than the knife that he currently possesses. So now Matt can attack one group of enemies. And we'll go ahead and pass that steel sword over to Glenn. That'll take his attack up to 101. So we've got some really nice equipment for this point in the game. And I've also taken the time to purchase the best armor so far in the game. I've got the chain armor and the bronze shield for Hero, Glenn, and Pete. And that's the best armor that we bought in the town of Romilly there. So I've got that and some good gold to boot. And last but not least, I want to let you know that I found some new monster medals. I actually did get one silver monster medal for the anteater. Those are really rare. I doubt I'll be getting any gold monster medals anytime soon. Those are even more rare. But just in case you're curious, I got the Magician number 8, the Echidna number 11, Almirage number 12, Caterpillar number 14, Army Crab number 18, and Pup number 16. So there you have it. Alright, I think I've got you up to speed on my progress here, so let's go on out of the Pachisi track. And it's time to head northward again to the next town. So let's do it. Let's start heading to the north through the mountains here. And here's a new enemy for you. These are the Pups. Look like a big dog with their eyeballs hanging out of them. I actually had a friend that had a dog that looked like that once, believe it or not. Poor thing. But we'll take them out pretty quick with the fireball spill and put them out of their misery. There you go. That's some pretty good damage there. And looks like Matt's going to finish them off there with the fireball spell. Well, no, he didn't. Actually, the last two had enough HP to stay standing there. So Pete and Glenn are going to have to do it. There's that new steel sword in action. Wow, 54 points of damage. Very nice. Alright, continuing northward. Well, that was a battle with two butterflies and a new enemy called Killer Bee. So you may have to use a moon herb because they have the ability to paralyze you. Alright, well, it looks like a village is nestled here into the mountains, so let's check this out. We find that this is the village of Kazave, which we've heard about in previous videos. It's a tiny village among the mountains. So maybe we can get some information about Kandar here, who stole the King of Romilly's golden crown. But first we find that to the north is a village called Noannuals, and Champagne Tower is in the west. I think I heard that Kandar was holed up in Champagne Tower, so we'll want to go west of this village to go after him. Well, let's go into the church here. No drawers to raid. You can see the priest standing there, but if you actually go east outside, you can go into the graveyard where a man is paying his respects here. A great fighter lies here. He is said to have slain bears with his bare fists. I wish I had his power. Wow, that must be pretty handy to be able to take on a bear with your bare fist. That would probably come in handy if you ever met eye to eye with a bear in the woods. Well, let's check the grave here. We find a tiny medal. That's tiny medal number 10. So from there we can get our next item on the prize list, which is the garter, and we'll do that a little bit later. Alright, so we found the tiny medal, so let's continue exploring here. Looks like an old man standing next to a spring. Even a weak mage can slay a monster just like that by striking its weak point with a poison dagger. Looks like the item shop sold them once before, so we'll have to inquire about that. And it looks like here we have weapon and armor shop, so we can get some new weapons and armor here. See, we already have a spear that I could give to Hero, but I think I'm going to keep that boomerang for now. Nobody can use the iron fist or, amazingly enough, the chain whip, but I do want to save up for the iron armor and also the scale shield, so that'll be the next thing we'll be spending our gold coins on. And I'll actually do that off screen for time purposes. I actually have enough gil to buy a couple of those right now. Alright, well, let's talk to this fighter here. I've come after Kandar. He's supposed to be holed up in a tower somewhere. Yes, Champagne Tower. So all signs point. Champagne Tower is to the west of this village, and that's where we need to go to get Kandar and his goons. Teach him a lesson and hopefully win back the King of Romilly's crown. Well, it looks like the inn is in here. And if we check one of the drawers here in the inn, looks like we're going to find another token, so that'll give us a ticket to go onto the Pachisi track again, and I'll be saving that up for another Pachisi track which we'll be running into in the future. Alright, continuing to explore. Looks like this is the item shop, and let's ask about that poison dagger. Do they have them on the list? No, it doesn't look like. They have a bunny tail, but no poison dagger. I think I'd rather have a poison dagger than wear a bunny tail. So, that's interesting. I guess he stopped selling them. Well, if we go inside his room here, we can raid his dresser drawer here, and we can get a pair of boxer shorts.
I'm freezing my buns off for a whole week. Somebody sneaked into my dressing room and stole my underpants.
That'll keep you warm on those cold nights. And let's see, can anybody equip that? Take everybody's defense down, so we'll just sell those off. Be kind of funny to sell them back to the guy after we just took him out of his room. Why? Excuse me, you shouldn't be in here. I guess we made a mistake. Well, we may have to come back at night when he's not at the shop. Keep that in mind. Alright, well, let's go into this little tavern here. Talk to a couple of these folks. This man says they say there's a sleeping village somewhere. That's far-fetched, don't you think? A sleeping village? I'm telling you, the village was put to sleep for angering elves. Man, would that be like Will Ferrell? I don't know if you can make him mad. But apparently the elves got angry at a village up to the north and put them to sleep. We may have to go check that out a little later. And we find that this is the village tavern. Join us for a few. And look at that. How do we get to that staircase up there? Well, we can't go through the wall. Well, maybe we'll have to go around the tavern to get there. So let's see if we can do that. Aha! Can we go down here? Yeah, we sure can. That will take us to that staircase. So you actually have to go behind the tavern to get in through here. Let's check these barrels. Looks like we get a life acorn, which will raise one character's HP a few points permanently. And there's a little boy here. He says, Papa and Mama will be back at night. Now let's check the dresser here. We'll find a fur hat. So Hero obtains the fur hat, and that may be a little bit better than the one we currently have equipped, but actually Hero can't equip it. I don't think anybody in my party can equip it. Maybe only a woman can equip that. I may have to check on that, but all my characters are males, so anyhow, can't equip the fur hat, but we can certainly sell that off for Gil. And if we look in the other dresser, there's nothing there. So that is pretty much going to do it for the village of Kazave. So the next time we meet, we'll do just a little bit more exploring around here, and then we'll start heading off to the west in search of the rogue Kandar and his henchmen, and hopefully get that golden crown back. Well, thank you for watching this episode of Let's Play Dragon Warrior 3 for the Game Boy Color today. This is Vortex 259. We'll see you guys again next time.